Hotels are built to make you feel safe, clean lobbies, smiling staff, key cards that click like a promise. But comfort can be deceptive. Every year, thousands of travelers report lost wallets, stolen passports, or charges they never made. Most of it doesn't happen in dark alleys. It happens right inside the hotel. The truth is, hotel theft rarely looks like a break-in. It's subtle, it's fast, and it usually starts when someone lets their guard down for 30 seconds at check-in or leaves a bag on a chair during breakfast. One small lapse and a relaxing getaway turns into hours on the phone with the bank or the police. The people behind it aren't hiding in the shadows. They blend in, dress like guests, moving through the same elevators and hallways you do. They don't need to force a lock when distraction opens the door for them. This video is your field guide to staying 2 steps ahead. You'll see exactly how hotel thieves pick their victims, the mistakes that make travelers stand out, and how to stop them without turning your trip into a paranoia parade. We'll start right where most guests let their guard slip, the front desk. And trust me, the first tip could save your wallet in under 10 seconds. So stick around, hit subscribe if you want your next trip to stay smooth and stress-free, and let's dive into how hotel thieves really work. The check-in desk looks harmless, bright lights, polished counters, friendly smiles. But for thieves, it's a stage where chaos hides opportunity. You've barely landed from a long flight, half awake, juggling passports, cards, luggage, and a phone that won't stop buzzing. That's when your focus slips, and that's exactly when someone nearby is watching. Plenty of travelers repeat the same careless move. They drop their bag beside the chair, lean over the counter, and start filling out forms. In those few seconds, a thief doesn't need to snatch and run. They walk off calmly, unnoticed, with a bag that looks like theirs. Here's what seasoned travelers do instead. Keep your bag between your feet, strap looped around one leg. It sounds minor, but it shuts down the most common grab-and-go tactic in hotel lobbies. Next, be mindful with your cards. When the receptionist asks for a credit card, for incidentals, never hand over your main debit card. Use a low-limit credit card or prepaid card instead. If the details ever get skimmed, your real accounts stay untouched. And then there's the privacy trap most people miss. When the clerk says your room number out loud, anyone within earshot, guests, delivery staff, or someone pretending to wait in line now, knows where you'll be sleeping. Politely ask them to write it down instead. It takes 2 seconds and protects you for the rest of the night. Check-in isn't just paperwork. It's the moment that decides whether you blend in or stand out as an easy target. The more flustered you look, the easier you are to read. The calmer and more deliberate you act, the less interesting you become. Because sometimes what makes you a target isn't what you carry, it's what you accidentally reveal. And that brings us to the next trap, the silent signals that tell everyone you're traveling alone. Thieves have an easy formula. 1 traveler equals 1 target. They don't guess, they watch for clues. And hotels make that easier than you'd think. You don't need to announce you're solo. Your habits do it for you. You take 1 key card instead of 2. You order a single breakfast or 1 cocktail at the bar. You walk back to your room without another voice beside you. Each small detail whispers the same thing. No one's watching out for me. But don't worry, a traveler from New York learned that lesson the hard way, and you can learn from her before it happens to you. Belle was checking into a 5-star resort in the Dominican Republic. The line behind her was long, the clerk was distracted, and suddenly he said it out loud. "Are you staying by yourself, ma'am? Room 512. Every head nearby turned. Nothing happened that night, but the damage was done. She spent the rest of the trip on edge, double-checking every knock at the door. After that, Belle changed her entire check-in routine. Now, she always asks for 2 keys, mentions a friend joining later, and keeps the TV on when she leaves the room. It's not paranoia, it's protection that costs nothing but buys peace of mind. If you're traveling solo, fake company works better than real confidence. Ask for 2 keys. Book for 2 guests, even if you're the only one staying. When staff strike up a conversation, casually say "we" instead of "I," because thieves aren't guessing, they're listening. Have you ever traveled alone? What's your move to stay safe? Drop it in the comments. I'm collecting the best solo travel tricks for a future video. And next time you head out on your own, Try this one smart move, then tell me if it made a difference. Because sometimes what gives you away isn't your silence, it's your style. And that brings us to the next mistake: looking richer than you really are. Every traveler's been there. You finally make it to vacation and want to look your best. A nice watch, a designer tote, maybe a new outfit that says, "I earned this break." You're not showing off. You want to feel good and grab a few pictures before check-in. But inside a hotel, what feels like confidence can turn into a spotlight. I once read a comment from a hotel staff member who said they could tell instantly which guests were carrying valuables. The logos, the polished jewelry, the way people glance around before setting down a bag. Under bright lobby lights, every shiny thing catches more than light, it catches attention. Out on the street, you can disappear into the crowd. Inside a hotel, the rhythm slows, and the same eyes circle the same spaces. Don't make it easy for the wrong ones to notice. Don't be a walking billboard. Go for a quiet style, neutral colors, subtle accessories, simple bags without loud branding. Keep jewelry minimal and split your cash, some in your wallet, some tucked away. It's not about hiding who you are, it's about keeping your focus where it belongs. On your trip, not your stuff. When you stop dressing for attention, you start traveling lighter. You relax more. And honestly, the freedom feels better than any luxury label. But not every thief is after what's in your bag. Some are after what's in your connection. Ever wondered why that free Wi-Fi sign in the lobby might be the most expensive connection you'll ever make? Let's break it down next. Hotel Wi-Fi feels like a small travel win, no roaming fees, easy login, instant connection. But in cybersecurity circles, it's known as one of the easiest traps for travelers to fall into. A hacker doesn't need to break in. They only have to set up a fake hotspot, something that looks like guest, free, to, or hotel, Wi-Fi, extension. You connect, and within seconds, your data starts flowing through their system instead of the hotel's. Everything you do, emails, logins, even cloud backups, can quietly pass through their hands. Most travelers worry about their banking apps, but that's rarely where the real exposure sits. Modern financial apps use HTTPS and end-to-end encryption, which means your transaction data is generally safe even on public Wi-Fi. Still, nothing is bulletproof. Man-in-the-middle attacks or hidden malware can exploit unpatched devices, turning even a harmless browsing session into a leak. And outside your bank app, your emails, social logins, and cloud accounts are often far less secure. One compromised inbox can open doors you didn't even realize were connected. Then there's the captive portal, that login screen you see before getting online. It's easy to clone. A fake version can capture your email, password, or loyalty ID before quietly handing you off to the real site. You think you're connected. In reality, someone else is already inside your network. It sounds unnerving, but here's the good news. You can stop it before it starts. Whenever possible, skip hotel Wi-Fi entirely, use mobile data or a travel eSIM. They're encrypted, end-to-end, and nearly impossible for outsiders to tamper with. If you must connect, run a VPN and avoid logging into sensitive accounts. And before you hit connect, confirm the exact network name with the front desk. A 30-second question can save you hours of cleanup later. That glowing free Wi-Fi sign might look like convenience, but sometimes it's more like an open microphone waiting for you to speak first. Have you ever thought that one photo posted mid-trip could quietly invite more risk than you realize? You're at the airport, boarding pass in hand, snapping a quick selfie before takeoff. A few hours later, there's a hotel room shot, captioned, "Finally made it." It feels innocent enough, just excitement in real time. But those posts can leak out more than you realize. Your route, your hotel, and the fact that your home's now empty. But wait, even celebs have fallen for the same trap. Gigi Hadid's villa in Mykonos was burglarized right after she posted her beach photos. Rihanna's home was hit after she shared vacation updates online. If people with security teams can get caught, imagine how easy it is for someone watching your feed. Most travelers never think twice. They post, scroll, move on. But live updates, especially with geotags or visible boarding passes, can tell strangers exactly where you are, how long you'll be gone, and who you're with. Some burglars have admitted in interviews that they no longer need to scout neighborhoods. Social media does the work for them. And it's not only the internet. Even an innocent-looking receipt can say more than you'd ever tell a stranger. Restaurant or spa bills often print your name, room number, and time of service, little clues that quietly map your day inside the hotel. Leave them behind, and no one has to follow you. All it takes is reading what you left out. Here's the fix. Share smart, not scared. Save your posts for later, skip exact geotags, blur room numbers, and never flash boarding passes or keycards on camera. If you love sharing in real time, limit it to a close friends list. Mini tip: pay with a travel card or cash instead of charging to your room. It keeps your name and room number off receipts and off anyone's radar. Plus, you save on surprise charges. Safe and thrifty, a total win-win. You don't have to stop sharing your adventures, share wiser. Your memories stay the same, your followers stay happy, and your trip stays yours. And while you're watching your digital trail, remember, some risks don't hide online at all. You'll find them in the quiet hum of a hotel elevator. A soft chime, mirrored walls, 30 seconds of silence between strangers. For most guests, the elevator is background noise until the doors slide shut and the space suddenly feels smaller. Unlike the lobby, there's no steady stream of people, no easy way to step aside if something seems sketchy. Even hotels with keycard systems can't stop someone from riding along behind another guest. All it takes is timing and a polite smile. One traveler shared how it happened to her. She noticed a man hanging near the lobby elevator, pretending to scroll his phone but never moving. When she stepped in, he followed. As her floor came up, she pressed another button, got out early, and took the stairs instead. Later, hotel staff confirmed he wasn't a guest at all. To keep that short ride in your control, stand near the panel with your hand close to the open door button. Keep your bag in front, not hanging off your shoulder. If someone gives you bad vibes, choose a decoy floor and step out early. For couples or friends traveling together, one smart move helps. Let one person enter first and the other hold the door. It keeps control on your side before anyone else steps in. Since hearing that story, I've kept the same habit whenever I travel solo or come back late at night. It's quiet, it's steady, and it works. Not every ride is risky, but being ready costs nothing. So tell me, if someone slipped in right before the doors closed, what would you do first? Drop your answer in the comments. Your idea might help someone else. The next threat doesn't ride with you. It waits behind the barrier every traveler trusts the most: the hotel room door. What if the one thing you trust most in your hotel room, the door, wasn't actually keeping you safe? That single latch stands between you and the hallway, but most guests never question it. Some doors look secure, yet fail to lock fully when shut. Always pull the handle to check before walking away. More than a few thefts begin not with forced entry, but with a door that never caught in the first place. Even when locked, many latches can be bypassed in seconds. Older hotels still use mechanisms that can be slipped open with a plastic card or thin metal strip. It doesn't take skill, just opportunity. And thieves know that well. During a summer trip, a friend's niece came back to her room and found her wallet missing. No broken lock, no forced entry. Later, hotel staff admitted the latch could be slipped with something as simple as a plastic card. That's why careful travelers often add their own backup. Use a portable door wedge with an alarm. It both blocks entry and sounds off if anyone pushes the door. If you don't have one, improvise. Rest a flat iron, glass cup, or small bell against the handle. The goal isn't to build a fortress, it's to create noise and hesitation. Two things intruders hate most. But keep balance in mind. Extra barriers can slow emergency crews if you collapse or there's a fire. So choose tools that can be released quickly from inside, and tell a travel companion if you've set one up. A hotel door may look solid, but treating it as your only defense leaves you exposed. Which brings us to the next issue. If you can't fully trust the door, can you trust the safe? Think your hotel is really keeping your valuables secure? Surprise, it might still open with 0000000 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Hotel lockboxes feel reassuring, but they're not built like bank vaults. Even some high-end models still use factory codes or master overrides that staff can access when guests forget their PINs. Not every intruder can exploit that, but it's enough reason to treat the in-room box as a convenience, not a guarantee. So what should go inside? Use it for backup items, a spare card, a little cash, or documents you won't touch until checkout. But don't stash your passport, your main wallet, or electronics there. I learned that lesson the hard way once my wallet vanished from one of those boxes years ago. Don't repeat that mistake. If not the lockbox, then where? That's where pro travelers get clever. A passport tucked inside a paperback, jewelry rolled in a sock, a few bills hidden in a toiletry bag or taped under a drawer. Simple, low-tech, and easy to overlook, exactly what you want. Just don't forget to double-check before you check out. Still, don't get too creative. Hiding behind the curtains or in dirty laundry isn't smart, thieves. Check those first. And that little closet near the door? It's usually their next stop. Here's a smarter approach. Use the front desk safe for valuables you won't need, or pack a pack-safe travel pouch, the kind with a steel cable you can loop around a bed frame or plumbing pipe. It locks shut like a small vault bag and fits easily in your carry-on. And remember, spread your valuables. A few here, a few there, so if one spot fails, you don't lose it all. Your precautions should protect what matters, not just make you feel better. And what most travelers miss is this. Sometimes, the real risk doesn't come from breaking in. It walks through the door wearing a name tag. Stay tuned because next, we're talking about the danger hiding in plain sight. Hotel staff access? You lock your door, pull the curtains, and feel that quiet relief of privacy. I used to think that meant I was alone until I learned how many people can open that same lock. From housekeeping to maintenance, dozens of employees carry MasterCards that can open nearly every door in the building. It's what keeps hotels running smoothly, but it also means your private space isn't quite as private as you think. Even with a "Do Not Disturb" sign hanging outside, some guests report staff entering anyway, sometimes by mistake, sometimes under a wellness check policy. A few travelers have even returned to find drawers slightly moved or bags unzipped. No harm done, but still a reminder. Access can happen when you're not around. One traveler once mentioned her full-day schedule to a chatty housekeeper on her way out. When she came back, her room had clearly been searched. Nothing was stolen, but it taught her a lasting lesson. Even friendly conversations can lead to unwanted curiosity, and yet, not every encounter with hotel staff is risky. I once met a front desk clerk in Madrid who quietly called to confirm I hadn't left my laptop charging in the lobby, a thoughtful gesture that probably saved my trip. Most hotel employees are hardworking and honest. They see and hear more than most guests realize. That's why awareness, not suspicion, is what really keeps you safe. So, how do you stay in control? DH. Keep it brief. A polite hello is fine, but skip the details about when you'll be gone or what floor you're on. Decline daily housekeeping. You don't need fresh sheets every morning. Ask for new towels when necessary, and that's it. It saves time, reduces interruptions, and keeps your room safer because every extra entry is an extra risk. Confirm it at the front desk. Tell them you're opting out of cleaning for the entire stay and wait while they note it in the system. Then tape your "Do Not Disturb" sign so it doesn't slip off. Small effort, solid payoff. These habits aren't about mistrust, they're about confidence. The fewer unknown hands that open your door, the fewer surprises you'll ever face. So tell me, would you still let housekeeping in after this? Type yes or no below. I'm curious where you stand. Now let's head downstairs into the hotel's public spaces, where the real risk isn't who enters your room, but what happens the moment you leave it behind. Step out of your room and the hotel feels wide open. Bright lobby lights, the buzz of the breakfast buffet, the clank of weights in the gym. It feels safe, which is exactly why so many travelers drop their guard. According to longtime hotel security managers, most thefts happen in public areas, the lobby, the gym, the restaurant, while far fewer occur inside guest rooms. It makes sense. These spaces are full of distractions. Ever lost something at a hotel buffet? It takes only a few seconds of inattention. You're balancing a plate of food, checking your phone, or stepping away from your chair. And that's the moment opportunistic thieves strike. Here's how to stay one step ahead. At breakfast, keep your phone and room key in your pocket or bag, never on the table. In the gym, lockers are fine for water bottles and towels, but never for passports or electronics. If you must use them, bring a compact padlock instead of trusting the flimsy ones provided. By the pool, loop your bag strap around a chair leg or use a light cable lock to stop quick snatches. Little routines like this create enough friction to make thieves look elsewhere. But even if you're alert in public, not every scam waits for you to slip up in the lobby. Some sneak straight to your door and they don't need to break in to take your money. Next up, the scam that begins with an innocent-looking menu slipped under your door, the fake food flyer trap. Sometimes thieves don't even need to come looking for you because you hand yourself right to them. Imagine this. It's late at night. You finally checked into your hotel after a long flight, jet-lagged, hungry, and too tired to think. Then you notice a brightly colored pizza flyer slipped under your door. The menu looks legit: logo, phone number, even a special discount for hotel guests. You call, place an order, read out your card details, and wait. No pizza ever arrives. A few hours later, you spot unfamiliar charges on your account. The restaurant never existed. A scammer printed fake flyers and slid them under dozens of doors. These scams work because they strike when travelers are weakest, tired, hungry, and relaxed enough to stop questioning things. Some flyers advertise food. Others promise massage services or cheap local tours that vanish once you pay. The goal's always the same: get your money or card details before you realize what's happened. You've probably seen one before. Ever picked up a flyer like that and almost dialed the number? You don't need a tech degree to avoid this one. It's simpler than you think. If a menu shows up under your door, treat it as a red flag. Call the front desk to confirm if it's legitimate. Better yet, stick with trusted delivery apps, Uber Eats, DoorDash, or local equivalents where you can see reviews and track your driver. And if you're ordering real food, pay in cash, never share your room number, and avoid ordering through hotel Wi-Fi. Fake networks can capture your payment data as you type. Pro traveler tip: pack a few emergency snacks, protein bars, nuts, instant noodles. When late night hunger hits, you won't be dialing a stranger to fix it. If a fake flyer can slide under your door that easily, imagine how easy it is to reach what's waiting just outside it. The next mistake takes us there: the parking lot and hotel entrance, where a false sense of safety can disappear with a single smashed window. It's always quietest right before you leave. You roll your suitcase across the pavement, feeling that small rush of relief. The trip's done, the car's waiting, and home is a few hours away. Then you see it. Shattered glass glinting under the parking lights. The backseat is empty, everything's gone. Have you ever walked into a scene like that? That moment isn't rare. On the 15th of April 2025, ABC 13 Houston reported a case at the Residence Inn in Pasadena, Texas. Around 3 a.m., two suspects smashed windows on several cars, including a government vehicle belonging to an FBI agent, and stole an AR-style rifle. Cameras caught fragments of the incident, but much of the lot was dark and unmonitored. Now imagine it's your car, your work, laptop, your camera gear, your kids' luggage, gone in minutes. That would feel brutal, right? The takeaway's simple. Hotel parking lots and entrances are soft targets. Valuables left in cars, even for a minute, are vulnerable. Keep your essentials with you, not in the trunk or back seat. Park under bright lights, close to entrances, or within sight of security cameras. And when you're juggling luggage at the doors, stay alert. That's when thieves strike hardest. Before you drive off, take a 10-second walk around check. Look for broken glass, tampered locks, or dents. That tiny habit could save you hours of police reports, insurance claims, and stress. For most travelers, the parking lot marks the end of the trip. For thieves, it's where the next one begins. What about you? Do you have a parking tip that saved your gear? Drop it in the comments. Your story might save someone else's trip. Every trip has its rhythm. Check in, unpack, unwind, repeat. But comfort can blur into routine, and routine is exactly what thieves rely on. After watching this, You'll start to notice the little details, the unlatched door, the flyer under your feet, the quiet lobby that suddenly feels a little too calm. That awareness, it's your best travel gear. The goal isn't to travel scared, it's to travel awake. Because once you know how these tricks work, you move differently. You pause before leaving your bag. You double check the door. You trust your gut a little more. If this helped you see hotels from a sharper angle, tap like it tells me to keep making guides like this. Drop a comment with your own near-miss story or a trick you swear by on the road. And if you want to keep flying smarter, hit subscribe so you're ready for the next journey before it begins. Stay alert, stay curious, and travel like someone who's already read the playbook.